Welcome to Exhumed, the show where we exhume a film from our collection of movies, at random-ish. Katie is blindly choosing from a curated selection of films I have picked.
No, it's your turn.
Is that right?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on, actually.
But we just talked about it. Josh is blindly choosing for a curated selection I have picked.
Josh is just blind in general right now. I have no idea what's going on. I think I'm getting sick.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I have my eyes closed. I shall peek. Whatever this is. Aha! Hot Fuzz.
Put it down a little.
Let's check out the case for Hot Fuzz. So this case is old enough to where they had to market it with like a little thing here that says a new comedy from the guys that made Shaun of the Dead, which was extremely popular, and I believe this one was as well. Once again, great cover design, great title. Love the little splashes of eye-catching graphic red there on the side. Pretty basic, still pretty good. You've got the title, you've got the lead actors' pictures. Honestly, this would be stronger if it was just a red bar with that nice title right there, but, you know, what can you do? The back is, once again, as the back of most cases are, really poorly designed. You've got all the essential information here, you've got your blurb, you've got your bonus features, and then you have far too many pictures just kind of terribly composited over each other. Sad day. Overall, pretty solid. Now if we open it up, you'll find a very standard disc, a slot for another disc, which leads me to believe that I bought this used and maybe either the case was broken and I replaced it with whatever this is, or it was replaced before it was sent to me back in the day. No paper, no effort. Once again, can't be too harsh because I don't think this is the original case. What can you do? So there we are, Hot Fuzz. Now let's read the back of the box to see what it has to say. Get ready for a gut-busting, outrageous comedy from the guys that created Shaun of the Dead. Nicholas Angel, Simon Pegg, is a big city cop who can't be stopped, but he's making everyone else in the force look bad. When he's reassigned to a small, quiet town, he struggles with this new, seemingly idyllic world and his bumbling partner, Nick Frost. But their dull existence is interrupted by several grisly and suspicious accidents. The crime-fighting duo turn up the heat and hand out high-octane, car-chasing, gun-fighting big city justice in this hilarious hit critics are calling outrageous, uproariously funny. Thelma Adams, U.S. Weekly.
Do something fun.
Look, a cat.
Don't leave.
Oh, the worst. You're the worst.
Sorry.
You're the worst.
Did I ruin everything?
Oh no, I wasn't saying that to you. I was saying that to her.
I know. I'm talking to her.
So we just watched Hot Fuzz. I cannot. I really don't know. So we just watched Hot Fuzz. I've probably seen that movie more times than I can count. I always forget how much I love it.
I have seen this movie maybe 4 times, and I love it. I do. I agree.
It's a weird movie because it is able to be a comedy while starting as an action movie, turning into a slasher movie, shifting into a horror movie, and then deciding maybe I'm an action movie after all. Mm-hmm. And yet it's comedic all the way through. I think the best thing is also the worst thing about the movie, which is the editing. Most of the time it is amazing. The way Edgar Wright cuts things together, or whoever edited the movie, I assume he worked with them because he's got a style throughout all his films. Mm-hmm. Although I would say with this movie in particular, sometimes in the action scenes, it gets a little too clippy. Like the shots are just a little too frenetic and fast cut. Yeah. And if he had pulled it back just a little bit, it would be like a perfect film.
I haven't seen Baby Driver.
No, we haven't seen Baby Driver. I just don't care to see Kevin Spacey in anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in that.
I've been kind of avoiding it. I'm looking forward to One Night in Soho, the movie that was supposed to come out 2 years ago. But
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You've had this movie for a long time.
I have. I think I bought it around when it came out because on the disc it has that little, from the guys who brought you Shaun of the Dead. And also the menu for the movie is ace. It is top notch. If I recall, this movie came out in the early 2000s.
2007.
The decade of the 2000s. And that's around the time when DVDs were at their height of popularity, and they were actually like putting effort into things like bonus features and menus and stuff like that, and it really shows with this one. I don't remember when I first saw it. What did we get out of rewatching this?
Love and joy and happiness.
I never have a bad time watching Hot Fuzz.
Felt like a very good, lighthearted depiction of the problem with the police force and small towns.
I don't know. I think it does revel in a bit of propaganda, which, you know, the subject matter, it being an action comedy, is a little bit unavoidable, but I do think the movie does its due diligence in pointing out that, hey, the police force is full of either incompetent or ignorant or
fascist.
Legitimately fascist individuals, and someone who actually cares about the rule of law and attempting to make sure that life works in a fair and just way is an anomaly. So much so that they have to shuffle him off to this little village, which is the village itself is equally problematic. If you're wondering why my hands are like bright red, it's because we're filming this in the winter and we're very cold.
So we're covered in blankets.
Very, very cold.
And I have a heating pad.
Yes. She's plugged in. So rewatching it, I think I was a little concerned that there would be more propaganda than fun, because sometimes returning to movies like this, with the benefit of hindsight, they don't age so well. I think this one holds up, personally.
Oh, absolutely. They really point out that the main character's attitude towards the world and his job and people is an anomaly. They point that out throughout the entire movie. And I think that is key.
Another thing I noticed rewatching this is just how tight the structure of the movie is. Literally every punchline is paid off. And this, you know, the same is true with all of Edgar Wright's movies. Maybe not so much Scott Pilgrim, but that's based on something he didn't write.
Right.
But the Cornetto trilogy, in particular, every single joke or action sequence or big reveal is the seeds are planted so very distinctly throughout the film, not just once, but like reinforced a couple times. And I don't know, it's always fun to rewatch his movies, because once you've seen them a couple times, it feels like such a perfect machine. So, major props to the screenwriting there.
Scoring.
Shall we scoring?
Yep. Our scoring system is 1 to 5, 1 being not great, 2 being pretty good.
Nope, that's already wrong.
What?
1 being unwatchable, 2 being not great, 3 being pretty good, 4 being awesome, 5 being perfect.
5.
Oh, 4.5.
He's wrong.
Would you recommend that
Yes.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked what you saw, give us a like. If you didn't, don't. Head on over to thehungrycreatures.com for more episodes, short films, or to sign up for our free magazine. Catchphrase.